Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, we're going to take a look at the pair Tsum, Belle and Beast from the Beauty and the Beast series. Belle and Beast is a pretty difficult Tsum to get. It is almost 3 times as hard to get Belle and Beast compared to Styled Cruella and also Wild Gaston. So if you don't have a lot of coins saved up, it might be pretty difficult to try to get Belle and Beast. Let's take a look at their ability description. So for Belle, her ability description is clears connected and surrounding Tsums for a short time. And it's not only for Belle Tsums, it's any Tsums that's on the screen. So let's, for example, if you clear a bunch of like Cruz Ramirez that's on the screen, they're also going to clear surrounding Tsums. So it's a pretty good ability to have. Next, we have Beast's skill. And the ability description for Beast is that Belle Tsums become high scoring ones and connected with Prince Tsums change from Beast Tsums. So all the on-screen Tsums that are Beast will turn into Prince, and you can connect that with Belle as well. And all the ones that you will clear will be high score, and they'll also be shiny too, so it's very easy to spot. Now if you use Belle and Beast's skill ability together, it's the most optimal way. So you definitely want to use Beast's skill after you activate Belle's ability, and by doing that you'll be able to get even more score, and it makes it really easy to chain. And before I go any further, if you guys would like to see more Tsum Tsum content just like this, where I do monthly leaks and also Tsum reviews, definitely consider subscribing to this channel. Alright, now let's get into the gameplay and take a look at their stats. In order for you to activate Belle's ability, you'll need to clear a total of 19 copies of her off the screen. For Beast, you'll need a total of 28. So take a note here, the difference is pretty significant. You almost need an additional 10 Beasts before you can activate his ability. And that plays into the strategy that I'll describe to you later. The minimum score is 60 with a maximum score of 1,236. So this pair Tsum is definitely going to be for high score and really not that great for coins. And if you do want to max out Belle and Beast to skill level 6, you're going to need a total of 36 copies of them in the premium box or using your skill ticket. But like I mentioned earlier at the beginning of this video, the drop rates are really low, so it's going to be pretty difficult to get Belle and Beast to skill level 6. And if you take a look at the skill chart on the bottom right hand corner, you'll be able to see that every time you level up their ability, it's going to increase the time by 0.4 seconds. And then for the multiplier, it's going to increase by 0.3% multiplier. So you kind of determine for yourself if Belle and Beast is one that you want. If you already have a Tsum that gets you a really high score, then you definitely don't need to get Belle and Beast. I think you should save your coins. If you are a collector, maybe just get one copy, but I definitely don't think you need to add this to your arsenal because it's not that amazing for a pair Tsum. So let's take a look at skill level 1, 2, and 3 here. So like I mentioned earlier, skill level, every time you level up their skill level, you'll get a little bit more time, and also the score multiplier will go up a little bit as well. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about strategy when you're using Belle and Beast. And honestly, Belle and Beast is not going to be great for coins. You're really using them for score. So what you should do when you are playing Belle and Beast is you're likely going to start playing this game and Belle's ability is going to be fully charged first. And go ahead and activate her ability even if Beast's ability is not fully charged yet. And the difficult part about using Belle and Beast is that you're likely going to need to monitor your charge bars relatively frequently, because for example, if you notice that your Beast ability is about to be full, then you don't necessarily want to activate your Belle just yet. You want to try to combo them together. So take a look at skill level 1 right here. As you saw there, I saw that Beast was about to be fully charged, so I didn't activate his ability right away. So I waited there for a little bit before activating it. So if you do have your Belle fully charged and Beast is not quite there yet, just activate it because you can still use Belle's ability pretty effectively. Her ability will clear surrounding Tsums, so you're going to get a pretty good amount of coins. It also helps with charging Beast's ability up as well. So consider doing that as you are playing throughout the game. Sometimes you might even actually activate 3 of Belle's ability first before you even get Beast's ability fully charged. So that's why it's a little bit more difficult when you're using this pair. I find it that charging up Beast is pretty difficult. You might only get to charge him up like 2 to 3 times per game. So not necessarily the greatest pair Tsum to use to activate a lot of abilities per game. But like I mentioned earlier, if you need a high scoring Tsum to get through some of those more difficult missions, then Belle and Beast might be a good option for you, but it's really hard to get. So maybe try to use another Tsum first before trying to get Belle and Beast for scoring purposes. Alright, so for this part, I do want to show you their abilities activated roughly around the same time. Normally, I slow this down for you guys to see, but in this case, it doesn't necessarily make too much sense to slow it down because they're an ability soon. But there are a few things I do want to call out that might help you when you are using their ability. The first thing I do want to call out is look at the perimeter of the screens. You can look at any of the screens, but when the ability is activated for Belle and Beast, you'll see that there is like this flower around the screen. And that really tells you when Belle's ability is activated, so that way you know when her ability is still in play. And you'll notice that skill level 1 will end first, and then skill level 2 will end, and then finally skill level 3. So use that as kind of like an indicator if you are still activating Belle's ability in that moment, because you might have to switch up your strategy depending if the ability is still going or not. And if you want to activate Beast's ability or not, you'll have to look right there as well. And the second thing I want to call out is that once you activate Belle's ability and also Beast's ability together, all the Tsums will kind of light up. So try to focus on clearing those, because those are really going to yield you a higher score. And don't necessarily worry too much about getting all of the chains or getting one big chain. You actually want to try to localize them, meaning like try to clear on the bottom and top, left and right, or top to bottom. By doing that, you actually get more chains, earning you more coins. But if you are going for like the maximum scoring ability, then you might want to try to chain it to the best of your abilities to make it as long as possible. So keep that in mind when you're using Belle and Beast. Okay, so what I also want to show you guys is the scoring and also the coin earnings for these 3 skill level. And like I mentioned earlier, Belle and Beast's strength is really in their scoring potential and not necessarily the coin earnings. But I'll go over both with you guys just in case you're wondering. So for skill level 1, I was able to get the coin earnings of 958 coins. So this is considered pretty low even at skill level 1. At skill level 2, I got 1,457 coins. And for skill level 3, I got 2,216. And right now I am playing with the 5-4 and also the time boost on. You definitely don't need to play with the time boost on, and you don't need to play the 5-4 on either if you don't want to. But this is one of those Tsums that's not worth using the 5-4 and the coin boost until like skill level 4 or 5. But even at that point, there are still better Tsums out there that you could use to get a higher score. And taking a look at the scoring here, I only got 3 million for skill level 1. Skill level 2, I got 4 million, and for skill level 3, I got 6.4 million. And that is not that impressive. And that's likely because I don't have them at a high level yet. I do think that if I could get them to skill level 6, it's definitely going to perform a lot better. But overall, Belle and Beast is actually kind of disappointing. If you don't have a lot of coins, I actually don't recommend you to try to get them, especially because they're not that great for coins and really not that amazing for score either at the lower levels. You will need to invest a lot of time into getting them to level 50 before they can perform to get you a higher score. So that's pretty much my review for Belle and Beast. I hope that you guys found this video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you guys would like to see more content just like this, please consider subscribing to this channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching.